be nicer in this one. Okay, welcome to yoga. So, we are gonna get started. You're gonna take it down to the ground. We're gonna start lying down. We may get back up. We may just take a nap for an hour. That would be okay. All right, so you're gonna lay down. I placed my messy bun in the wrong place. If you want to, you can extend the legs out. If it feels more comfortable, place your feet on the ground with your knees bent to relieve some of that tension or that tightness in that lower back. Arms extended down by the sides. Palms are facing up. Let your shoulders relax away from the ears. So just let them draw down, kind of draw the shoulder blades down the back. Start out with your eyes closed. Begin to take some deep cleansing breaths right here. A nice deep inhale and a nice equally deep exhale. Just breathe all the way into the body. Exhale, release that breath all the way back out. Just begin to center yourself. Bring yourself into the moment. Let your mind calm down and relax. Just set your intention for your practice. Just take a few more deep cleansing breaths right here. Gently hug your knees into your chest. Just feeling a nice little release through that lower back. And now gently rock your knees from side to side. A little massage there to that lower back. Bring your knees back to the center. Now just roll your head from side to side. Kind of release any tension or any tightness that might be in your neck right here. Still breathing. Bring the head back to the center. Once again, gently rock those knees side to side. Bring the knees back to the center, and then you're going to carefully extend your left leg to the ground. Gently hug the right knee in towards you. Now you're just going to take that right knee, that right leg, just circle it around in one direction. It's kind of warming up the hip right here. And now just circle it around the other way. And now bring it back to the center and just hug that right knee into the chest very gently. And now release that and switch. So you can extend your right leg to the ground, gently hug your left knee in towards you. And now take that left knee, that left leg, circle it around in one direction. And circle around the other way. And bring that knee back to the center. Now let's bring the right knee in to join the left. Tugging into that chest once again. One more time, let's gently rock those knees from side to side. Bring it back to the center. Now we're going to bring it up to a seated position. You can roll over to one side and gently press yourself up, or if you want to, you can just rock back and forth on that spine a few times. Just back and forth. And then bring yourself up into a comfortable seated position, whatever that is for you. I'm going to cross my legs. If it's more comfortable for your legs to be extended, that's fine. Just rest it here in easy pose for just a moment. Shoulders relaxed down. Extend those arms down on the knees. Your palms are facing up. And then let's gently bow your head. Drop that chin to the chest. Now let's gently circle that head around. Rotate it around in one direction. Nice gentle neck rolls. And the next time your head comes forward with that chin to the chest, let's just circle it around the other way. Nice gentle neck rolls in the other direction. And the next time that head comes forward with that chin to the chest, leave it there. Just gonna tuck that chin in towards the chest. Feeling a stretch through the back of the neck. Now you're gonna release that and bring your head back up to the center. Now you're gonna tilt your left ear to the left shoulder. Just take your head to the side. Keep your shoulders relaxed down, continuing to breathe. Release that, bring your head back up to the center. Let's tilt that right ear to the right shoulder. Just stretching out the neck the other way. Continuing to breathe. And release that, bring your head back to the center. Now you're going to take your right arm, you're going to bring it back behind you, palm facing out. Take your left hand, gently place it on your right shoulder. And once again, you're going to tilt your left ear to your left shoulder. That left hand is going to gently press down on your right shoulder. So you can feel a bit more of a deeper stretch through the right side of that neck. Just hold it here for a few breaths. And now release that, bring your head back to the center, release those arms. This time take your left arm back behind you, palm facing out. Right hand goes to the left shoulder. Once again, tilt that right ear towards the right shoulder. Right hand gently presses down on the left shoulder, feeling that deeper stretch through this side of the neck. And just continue to breathe as you hold it here. And release that. Bring your head back to the center, release the arms. Now you're going to inhale, reach your arms up overhead. You're going to exhale and fold forward, gently placing your hands on the ground in front of you. Try to keep your sit bones, your hips on the mat, and just hold it here for a few breaths. Now walk your hands, your arms over to the right. You're going to be folding over that right leg, the right knee. And now you're going to release that. Let's take it over to the left. So you're folding over that left leg, the left knee. now bring it back to the center. And now you're going to release that and walk your hands back up towards you, coming back up. Now you're going to inhale, reach those arms up overhead once again. As you exhale, you're going to turn to your right. Bring your left hand to the outside of the right thigh. The right arm is going to drop down gently behind you. It's just a nice little gentle rotation to your right. Continuing to breathe. And now release that, come back to the center. Time you're going to inhale, reach the arms up. As you exhale, turn to the left. Right hand comes to the outside of that left thigh. Left arm drops down gently behind you. This time a nice little gentle rotation to your left. Again, just holding it here for a few more breaths. And release that, coming back to the center. Now you're just going to switch your legs right here. If your legs are crossed, the leg that's in front is going to go behind. The leg that's behind is going to go in front. And once again, let's inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, and fold. And again, just reach it out in front of you, keeping your sit bones, your hips on the ground. Just holding it here. Continuing to breathe. Now let's walk it over to the left. So you're folding over that left leg, the left knee. Now let's release that and take it over to the right this time. So one more time, holding over that right leg, the right knee, just hold it here. Continuing to breathe. And now let's one more time, bring it back to the center. And let's release that. Walk those hands back up towards you, coming up. Now you're gonna uncross your legs, you're gonna bring it up into table, to all fours. So, the hands are going to be underneath the shoulders, the knees are going to be underneath the hips. Fingers are spread nice and wide. You've got a nice flat back, neutral alignment with the neck and the spine. Let's take it into cow. Yes, my brain just stopped for a moment. I'm going to take it into cow. So you're going to inhale, press the belly down, curl the toes under, look up. On your exhale, you're going to take it into cat. Round that back, let the head drop down, press your palms, the tops of the feet into the mat. And again, inhale into cow, belly down, toes under, look up. Exhale, round it into cat. Now just continue doing that, but you're gonna go at your own rate, your own pace. You're gonna follow the flow and rhythm of your own breathing. Trying to connect each breath to each movement. And just flow from one to the next. And you're going to go to that side cycle one more time. And when you finish with your last cat pose, you're just going to inhale it back into a table. Back into a flat back. Now take it to extended child. So you're going to push those hips back towards the heels. Let your arms reach out in front of you. Let your forehead rest gently on the mat. And just hold it here as you continue to breathe. Now walk your hands, your arms over to the right. Arms are going to reach out. Your hips are going to push back in the opposite direction. You're feeling a good stretch down that left side. Still keeping that head resting down. Hands, arms over to the left, arms reaching out, again hips pushing back, opposite direction, this time you're feeling that stretch down the right side. And now bring it back to the center. Now you're going to release that and pull yourself forward into Sphinx. So you're going to lower yourself onto your belly. Elbows are going to be underneath your shoulders. Palms and forearms are on the mat. Upper body is lifted. Chest is pulled forward slightly. You can gaze forward. You can tilt the head back a little bit and look up. Legs are about hip width apart behind you. You're just going to hold it here for a few breaths. Now you're going to curl your toes under. You're going to push it to a downward dog. So pushing up through the palms, lift the hips, the tailbone towards the ceiling. Let that head and neck relax down between the shoulders. You're gazing back at the floor between your feet or at the tops of your thighs. Now let's take it back down to extended child. Once again, hips to the heels, arms out in front, let that forehead rest down. Again, come forward into that Sphinx. Pull yourself forward onto your belly. And keeping the elbows underneath the shoulders, palms and forearms on the mat, upper body lifted. And just holding it here for a few more breaths. Now turn your head to look over your right shoulder. Gaze as far as possible. And now release that, turn that head to look over the left shoulder. Back to the center. Let's once again take it to a downward dog. So curl the toes under, lift the hips, the tailbone towards the ceiling. You're coming into that upside down V. Palms are pressing into the mat. Fingers are spread nice and wide. You're lifting the hips up as the heels drop down. Heels don't have to be on the mat. Just make sure you're dropping them down as the hips lift up so you feel that stretch to the back of the legs. let's take it back down to extended child. And one more time, let's bring it forward into a Sphinx. Holding here for just a few breaths. Now from here, you can take it to a cobra. If you don't have any lower back issues, you've got enough back flexibility, you can do that. So lower your upper body down. Begin to slide the hands under the shoulders. Pull the elbows into the sides. Keep them pointed behind you. Gently press through the palms. Begin to straighten the arms as much as possible. Lifting yourself up off the mat. Keep the elbows soft and rotated in. Shoulders relax down from the ears, so slide those shoulder blades down the back. You can gaze forward or tilt the head back and look up towards the ceiling. Continue to breathe. And once again, let's curl the toes under. Downward dog. Lifting the hips to tailbone. Now just begin to bicycle the legs out right here, alternating between bending and straightening those knees. Take it back to a downward dog. Both legs are straight. Once again, back down to extended child. And coming forward into that cobra or Sphinx, whichever is going to work best for you, for your lower back. And just hold it here for a few breaths. Now curl the toes under, downward dog. Now your next inhale, you're going to walk your feet forward and bring them up towards your hands. You're going to exhale and straighten those legs to a forward fold. As you inhale, slowly reverse swan dive, the arms up overhead. Exhale and bring those arms down by your sides, coming into mountain. I'll make that the top of my mat. So you're going to be at the top of your mat. You're nice and tall and mountain. You're grounding down through your feet. Shoulders relaxed down. Inhale. Sweep the arms up. Exhale, swan dive down to that forward fold. Inhale, walk it back to a table or a plank. On your exhale, push it back to extended child. As you inhale, come forward into cobra or Sphinx. Exhale, curl your toes under, take it to a downward dog, and just hold it here for a few breaths. Inhale, walk those feet forward, bring them up towards the hands. Exhale, straighten the legs as much as you can to a forward fold. Inhale, reverse, swan dive, the arms up overhead. Exhale, swan dive back down to that forward fold. Inhale, walk it back to a table or a plank. Exhale to extended child. Inhale, come forward into cobra or Sphinx. On your exhale, curl the toes under. Take it to a downward dog. And again, just hold it here for a few breaths. Bring that head, relax down between the shoulders. Pressing your palms into the mat and lifting the hips to tailbone towards the ceiling. Walk the feet forward. exhale, straightening those legs to a forward fold. Inhale, reverse, swan dive. The arms up overhead. And once more, exhale, swan dive back down to that forward fold. Inhale, walk it back to a table or a plank. On your exhale, take it back to extended child. Inhale, come forward into cobra or sphinx. On your next exhale, curl the toes under. Take it to a downward dog and just hold it here. Continuing to breathe. Inhale, walk those feet forward. Exhale, straighten the legs to a forward fold. Inhale, reverse, swan dive the arms up overhead. This time exhale and bring those arms by your sides, returning to mountain. So you're standing here in mountain, you're standing up nice and tall again, shoulders relaxed down. You're just gonna inhale, reach those arms up. Exhale, swan dive down to that forward fold and just hold it here. You're reaching down as far as you can. Soften your knees as much as you need to help yourself into the pose. Let your head and neck relax down. So you should be able to nod your head yes, shake your head no, so that way you're releasing all the tension and tightness in that neck. Breathe into the pose, into the stretch. With each exhale, maybe try to reach a little further, maybe straighten the legs a little bit more, or just stay right where you're at. Now you're going to inhale and slowly reverse. Swan dive those arms back up. Overhead. As you exhale, just bring those arms back down by your sides, returning to mountain. You're going to take your left leg, cross it over your right. So your left foot is to the outside of the right. Now, your feet are not exactly parallel to each other. That left foot is out a little bit in front of the right foot, so that way you can keep that right knee a little soft. If your feet are parallel to each other, that's basically too much pressure on that right knee, kind of locking it out, and we don't want that. So, left foot is a little bit above the right one. Leg is crossed over. You're going to inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. Just reaching as far as you can. Really stretching the outside of that right leg. Kind of starting at the hip, going down. And just hold it here as you continue to breathe. Now inhale and slowly reverse. Swan dive those arms back up. Exhale and bring those arms down. You're going to uncross the legs, return to mountain. Inhale, reach those arms up. Exhale, swan dive back down to that forward fold. Again, just reaching down as far as you can, softening the knees as much as you need to. Head and neck relaxing down. Again, inhale and slowly reverse. Swan dive the arms back up overhead. Exhale and bring those arms down. Now this time you're going to take your right leg, cross it over the left. And again, the feet are not parallel to each other. Right foot is not a little bit in front of the left one, just so you can keep that left knee a little soft. Make sure you don't lock it out. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, swan dive down to that forward fold. Again, just reaching down as far as you can, head and neck relaxing down. Inhale, slowly reverse. Swan dive those arms back up. Exhale, and bring those arms down. And once more, let's uncross those legs, coming back into mountain. Instead of nice and tall, shoulders relaxed down. Inhale, reach those arms up overhead. Exhale, swan dive down to that forward fold. And just reaching down as far as you can, hold it here. Now soften your knees, like really soften your knees right here. Take your arms back behind your legs. You're gonna hold on to your wrists, your forearms, or your elbows. And then on the next exhale, you're gonna try and straighten your legs as much as you can, if at all, while you continue to hold on to those arms. And continue to breathe. Kind of giving a nice little stretch to that lower back here. A little deeper stretch to those legs. And release that and just hold it here in that forward fold. And now inhale and slowly reverse. Swan dive those arms back up overhead. Exhale and just bring those arms back down by the sides. So we're coming back into mountain. Again, stand up nice and tall. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, walk it back to a table or a plank. Exhale, take it to extended child. Inhale, come forward into that cobra or sphinx. As you exhale, you're going to curl your toes under. Take it to the downward dog. Hold it here, continuing to breathe. Now lift your right leg up behind you. Step the right foot forward between the hands as you drop the left knee, top of the left foot to the mat. Coming up to the center, and then reach those arms up overhead. Now watch the front knee, that right knee. Make sure it's not extending out past the toes. Arms are reaching straight up, fingertips to the ceiling. You can gaze forward, or you can look up to the ceiling past those fingertips. You're going to release that. You're going to place your left hand on the ground to the inside of that right foot. You're going to rotate open to the right and extend that right arm up. Reach the fingertips to the ceiling, pressing down gently through that left palm, opening up through that chest. You're trying to look up towards that right thumb or up to the ceiling. If that's not comfortable, you can gaze down at the ground or just gaze out past that knee. Whatever's going to work best for you. You're going to release that. Right arm down. Come back up to the center. Let's extend that right leg out in front. Heel on the ground, toes to the ceiling. You're going to push the hips back. Keep the right knee a little soft, and let's fold over that right leg. Soften the knee as much as you need to. You're stretching out that right hamstring right here. Continuing to breathe. Place your right foot on the ground, knee is bent, hands on either side of that right foot. You're going to curl the left toes under, straighten that leg behind you, coming into a runner's lunge, and just hold it here for a few breaths. Now you're going to take this right leg and step it back into a downward dog. Now take your left leg, lift it up behind you, step your left foot forward, between the hands, drop that right knee, top of the right foot to the mat, come up to the center, keep the left knee behind the toes, and once again reach those arms up overhead, lifting and reaching the fingertips to the ceiling. Again, you can gaze forward, or you can look up to the ceiling, past your fingertips. Just continue to breathe as you hold it here. This time you're going to take your right hand. You're going to place it on the ground to the inside of that left foot. You're going to rotate open to the left this time and extend your left arm up. Reaching the fingertips to the ceiling. Moving up through that chest. Don't get the shoulders stacked one on top of the other. So gently press down to that right palm to help yourself into that rotation. And again, just gazing wherever feels most comfortable for you. Release that, bring that left arm down. Coming back up to the center, extend the left leg out in front. Heel on the ground, toes to the ceiling. Keep that left knee a little soft. Push the hips back. Lean forward over that left leg. Softening the knee as much as you need to, and just hold it here as you continue to breathe. Now place your left foot back on the mat, knee is bent, hands on either side of that left foot. Curl the right toes under, straighten that leg behind you, bringing the knee up off the mat into a runner's lunge. Now step the left leg back into a downward dog. On your next inhale, walk the feet forward. Bring them up towards the hands. Exhale, straighten those legs to a forward fold. Inhale, reverse, swan dive. The arms back up overhead. Exhale, let's just bring those arms back down by the sides into mountain. You're going to step your feet, your legs out nice and wide. A nice wide stance. Everybody facing the same direction as the toes. Inhale the arms up to shoulder height. Exhale, take the hands to the hips. Inhale, open your chest, look up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, you're going to fold yourself forward. Release those hands from the hips, reaching towards the ground, just fold all the way over. Let your head and neck relax down. Hold it here for a few breaths. Take those hands back to the hips. Inhale, lift yourself back up into standing. Exhale, release those hands. Once again, you're going to inhale, reach the arms up, shoulder height. Exhale, take the hands to the hips. Inhale, open your chest, look up towards the ceiling. Exhale and fold. And again, release those hands from the hips, reaching towards the ground. Just fold all the way over, head and neck relaxing down. Now walk your hands, your arms over to the right. You're folding over that right leg. And now release that, let's take it over to the left. Fold over that left leg this time. And let's bring it back to the center. Hands back to the hips. Inhale, lift yourself back up to standing. Exhale, release those hands. You're going to step it back up to the top of your mat. Coming back into mountain. Stand up nice and tall. Again, shoulders relaxing down. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, swan dive down to that forward fold. Inhale, walk it back to a table or a plank. Exhale to extended child. Inhale, come forward into cobra or sphinx. Exhale, curl the toes under. Downward dog. Release that. You're going to come down to the knees, the tops of the feet, coming back into a table. So once again, hands under the shoulders, underneath the hips. Now you're going to take your right foot, you're going to step it forward to the outside of the right hand. You're going to take that left foot, curl the toes under, begin to lengthen and straighten that left leg behind you. Walk it back, inch it back, until as far as it's comfortable. And then drop the left knee, top of the left foot back down onto the mat. And just hold it here as you continue to breathe. Bit of a hip stretch. Now you're going to take your right hand, place it on the inside of the right knee. You're going to very gently, very carefully begin to open up that right knee, the right leg, gently pressing on it, coming to the outside edge of the right foot if you can. And then you're going to press down through the left palm to turn, rotate the upper body, trying to look up past that right elbow towards the ceiling. Release that, coming back to the center. Reset back into table. Set back to all fours. This time take that left foot, step it forward to the outside of the left hand. Curl the right toes under. Begin to lengthen and straighten that right leg back behind you. Walk it back, inch it back, until you've got it as far as you want. And then drop that right knee, top of the right foot, back down onto the mat. And just hold it here. Open it up through the hips a little bit. Just continue to breathe. And now you're going to take that left hand. This time place it on the inside of that left knee. Begin to open that left knee, that left leg a little bit, or as much as possible by gently pressing. that knee out to the side, coming to the outside edge of that left foot. And now gently pressing through that right palm. You're going to turn, rotate the upper body, trying to look at past that left elbow. Just coming as far as it's comfortable into this pose. This is comfortable for you. Now release that, come back to the center. Now let's take it to extended child. So just bring that left leg back, push the hips to the heels, arms reach out in front, just hold it here. Now you're going to release that, come up onto your knees into a kneeling position. So, onto the knees and legs hip width apart. You're going to take your hands, place them there on that lower back. Fingertips are resting on the glutes. You're going to inhale, lean back right here, letting those hands support the lower back. Push the hips out. Hold it here in modified camel. Let the head drop back gently, kind of gazing up towards the ceiling, towards the sky. And release that. Let's take it to extended child. Release that. Bring yourself back up onto your knees. Once again, take those hands back behind you. Heels of the hands resting on the lower back, fingertips on the glutes. Now if you want to, you can curl the toes under so the heels are lifted up a little bit. And this time, as you inhale and lean back, you can keep the hands supporting that lower back, or if you want to, for a bit more of a back bend, just take it back a little further and grab the heels. If that's not going to work for you, don't worry about it. Keep the hands on that lower back, but still push the hips out. If you are reaching for the heels, let that head drop back gently. Do not try to hold it up in an in-between position. And release that, bring yourself back up. Let's take it back down to extended child. And release that, bring yourself back up. One more time for camel. So you can do either one of the first two positions we did, which hands on the lower back, or the toes curled under with the heels up. Or if you want to, you can keep those tops of the feet on the mat. As you inhale and lean back, if you want to, a bit more of a back bend, just reach back and place the palms of your hands on the soles of the feet. Again, still pushing the hips out, letting the head, the neck drop back gently. And release that. Bring yourself back up and take it back down to extended child. You're going to release that. Bring yourself into a seated position right here. With your feet extending out front. Your legs extending out front, feet flex, toes to the ceiling. You're going to inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale and fold, and just reach as far forward as you can. Softening the knees as much as you need to. Now release that, bring yourself back up. You're going to take your right leg, you're going to cross it over your left. Keep the left leg extended, right arm goes back behind you. You're going to inhale, extend the left arm up. Exhale, turn to the right, and then just hug the right knee into the chest with the left arm. And just rotate to the right. Keeping the left leg extended, the left foot stays flexed. Toes to the ceiling, that left leg is still active. And now release that, come back to the center. Switching the legs. So right leg is extended, cross the left leg over. Left arm goes back behind you. Inhale, extend the right arm up. Exhale, begin to turn to the left. Hug that left knee into the chest with the right arm. Just rotating to the left. Again, making sure the right leg stays active. Foot is flexed, toes to the ceiling. And release that, coming back to the center. Uncross the legs. One more time, both legs out front, feet flex, toes to the ceiling. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale and fold. And release that, bring yourself back up. Now you're going to carefully roll yourself all the way back down onto your mat. You're going to take your knees and hug them into your chest. Gently rock those knees side to side. Give me a nice little massage to that lower back. Bring the knees back to the center. And I'll circle those knees around in one direction. And circle them around the other way. Still giving a little massage to that lower back. Bring the knees back to the center, hugging into that chest. Now extend your left leg to the ground to continue to gently hug the right knee in. Take your right arm out to the side, palm facing up. Your left hand is going to go to the outside of the right knee. Gently press that knee, that leg over to the left, crossing over the body. Keep your right shoulder on the ground. Turn your head, your gaze to the right. And just hold it here for a few more breaths. And you're going to release that. Bring the right knee back to the center. Extend the right leg to the ground. Gently hug that left knee in towards you this time. Now take that left arm out to the side, palm facing up. You're going to take the right hand, place it to the outside of the left knee. Gently press that left knee, that leg over to the right. Again, crossing over the body. Keep your left shoulder on the ground. Turn your head, your gaze to the left this time. And again, just hold it here for a few more breaths. Release that, bring the knee back to the center, hugging both knees into the chest. Now we're going to release it, take it to Shavasana. So you're going to extend those legs out and extend the arms down by the sides, a little bit away from the sides, palms are facing up. If your lower back still feels a little tight, or a little tense, you can place your feet on the ground with the knees bent. Otherwise, if it's comfortable, just leave your legs extended, letting the feet fall open to either side. You're going to close your eyes, and just as you did in the beginning, you're going to take those deep cleansing breaths. Nice deep inhale. Nice, equally deep exhale. sense of calm and relaxation. And you're just going to let that flow throughout the entire body. Just letting it surround each and every muscle, each muscle group. And as you exhale, you're going to breathe out any tension or tightness that you might be holding on to. You're going to give yourself permission to just let it go, to let it leave, so that with each and every breath cycle, you can just feel your mind, your body just becoming more and more relaxed. Just melting into that floor. You're just going to take the next few moments and you're just going to focus on your breathing and just relaxing. Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. You're going to take your knees, gently hug them back into your chest. And gently rock those knees from side to side, giving one last little massage to that lower back. Back to the center. Now you're going to gently roll it over onto your right side. Just going to rest it there for a moment. Rest your head on that right arm. Keeping those knees a little bent, drawn in towards you a little bit. Ready, you're going to very carefully, very gently bring yourself back up into a comfortable seated position. You're going to keep your eyes closed, everything nice and relaxed. You're just going to extend those forearms down along the knees, palms are facing up. Connect your forefingers and thumbs. And continue to take those deep cleansing breaths. Hands into prayer at your heart center. Gently resting your thumbs against your sternum. Continue to take those deep cleansing breaths. Your eyes. As always, my friends, namaste.